Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's dedicated towards creating narcissistic abuse awareness, and more so from a biblical standpoint. In life, we meet people who get us to do certain things we wouldn't really love to do, but we end up feeling obligated to do them for these people. And sometimes when we sit back, we're like, I really didn't like it, and I don't like the fact that I may be changed results for someone. I may be lied about something just to cover up for some other person. We do not realize that we've actually been dragged into a certain abusive tactic used by abusers, and that is none other than manipulation. Manipulation is it may have many definitions out there. Specifically talking about narcissistic abuse, manipulation is where you find yourself doing something you would not have done on any other given day, but you have been coerced. Basically, your boundaries have been overstepped and you felt obligated to do something for someone, which leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Manipulation is a mind game played by toxic people, as it gets them the results they love to have, and they can be coy about it. However, don't be fooled. Vulnerable or covert narcissists, whoever does it, that is manipulation. Many times we throw about the word, well, I manipulated the situation. We use that as a way of justifying something. The thing is that we do not have a bad intention about it. At the root of manipulation is deception. And many people are using that manipulation. They're not really mindful that deception is at their core. However, abusers, toxic people, narcissistic people use manipulation as a tool to get what they want from you. They will engage you in things like gaslighting, denying, illogical arguments, word salad, just several of their games. I'm going to look at a few ways these people are going to manipulate you. First and foremost, these people tend to use your weaknesses against you. Like I told you at the beginning of a relationship, the narcissist, as they are love bombing you, they're making you comfortable. You think you've met your soulmate. You start divulging all your secrets, your family secrets. If you people are wizards, you're talking about your wizards. Maybe you have mental issues in your family. You're talking about how the other person is mad. Loves going to cook at night. Little do you know that this person is actually keeping memory of all that. Every negative information you're giving them, a manipulator keeps it intact, real good. But the good one, yes, that is nothing. Later on during an argument, they are going to bring up all the vulnerabilities you're expressing to them. They are now going to use them against you. They talk about how you actually wake up at night and start cooking. Maybe you're night dancing around. And you're like, what? Or don't engage, don't lend them money. Those people are crooked in their family. Their uncle maybe swindled company funds, or they are frauds in their family. 2, these people love bomb. They will manipulate you into believing that you people are one. You people are together. You people are connecting. You people are this item that can only be understood by the two of you, where they are dragging you into their covert manipulative net, that web of deceit, so they can get you comfortable, wrapped up in that web. Then they start punching you verbally or physically, emotionally, spiritually, whichever way they're going to abuse you first. However, the whole thing is that the fact that they present a false self to lure you into their world, and then they start abusing you. That is being manipulative. Because you let your guard down, you're thinking, this is the person I can trust. This person understands me. This person knows who I am. We can connect at a deeper level like no other. 3, I'll piggyback off the second. These people use the acronym FOG to get you to do what they want them to do. This acrimony fog is fear, obligation, and guilt. What they are going to do after they have love bombed you, you have let your guard down, you have spoken about every secret that you know about, you have told them your vulnerabilities, and said during that period they were taking you out, they are taking you to these high-end places, you're going on trips, they were splashing you with all loads of money, you're buying these nice designer clothes, bags, shoes, you name it. Then they tell you, maybe I would like you to give me the code to certain company files, and you're like, no, I can't do that. And they're like, after all I've done for you, I've showed you how much I love you, I've taken you on these trips, I've spent a lot of money, I've done all this, I helped you out. Maybe you're having this dark period in your family. Maybe I was taking someone to hospital for you, something like that. You start feeling obligated to help out. Sometimes you may even develop a fear that you're going to lose this person, and then you're like, okay, let me just do it because these people have actually proved to me, they've shown me that they love me, so why am I holding back? Let me also tell them this. So you end up giving them the codes for that particular file or files. You find that you have betrayed the company you were working for. Piggy banking off 3. You realize that they crossed your boundaries. These people are relentless in what they are doing. They'll come after you. They will push you. By the time this person gave code to the company files, I mean, it was relentless. It was over and over. She declined. But the fact that they kept on bringing different incidents where they helped out, this person now feels obligated to give them the information. In so doing, they have overstepped your boundaries. They can secure their boundaries tight, but yours, you shouldn't have boundaries. That is the difference. A healthy person and a manipulative person. Manipulators do not take a no for an answer. And this is another thing where in a relationship, someone can think, oh my God, the person loves me. The person was persistent in pursuing me. No, don't be mistaken. That excitement could actually be anxiety. It's not butterflies. That, oh my God, he's cute, he's good, he's persistent. No, it's actually anxiety. And that anxiety is telling you there's trouble ahead. This person is not a good person. Because a person who does not respect your boundaries does not respect you. Just remember that. Keep that in mind at all times. This especially goes to young ladies or even young men nowadays. A person is pursuing, you have told them no. They are showing up at your workplace. They are showing up at this party you are at. They are showing up at the eat out joint you're going to. You know, they keep showing up at particular places you have always been to, which in the past they were not at. They are stalking also. People have mental disorders that are not being addressed, and the world has taught us, especially us who are churchgoers, you know, that person was persistent. You know, they are good. I mean, they know what they want. They are go-getters. You are mistaking the go-getter with the abuser. Just like a go-getter, a healthy go-getter may be, an abuser presents themselves that way. And for us, we mingle them as one. Manipulators don't respect boundaries. Go-getters, healthy people, will step back and give you time. They'll step back. Then they'll try another time. Then they chill. These people here are just relentless. 5. And during this period, even when they are pursuing you, someone is so shameless to tell you, by the I've been pursuing you for this period of time. If you do not allow me by this time, I'm going to leave you. And you're thinking like, what? Ebu, you're pursuing man, you're giving me an ultimatum. And they're shamelessly telling you, by Friday I want an answer. If you don't give it to me, I'm leaving you. How can I lose something I've never had in the first place? I want you to focus on them, not you. Anything troubling your mind, let it go. The person who is pursuing you to make a decision, especially say like in a relationship, you either allow me or I leave you. By Friday, if you don't give me this, I'm leaving you. And by the don't bring in this scenario whereby you're a man who is playing 2 girls, and then when one of the girls tells you that I'm giving you a month, I'm giving you 6 months. If you don't make up your mind, I'm leaving you. Don't say she's being manipulative. No, it is you who is being manipulative. And she's beginning to realize her self-worth. If someone makes you an option, leave them. They're not worth it. These people are judgmental and critical. You want to understand a critical person, meet a manipulative person. These people will talk about each and every negative thing that is and that isn't. They'll judge you for your decisions. They'll judge you for the way you look. They'll judge you for the clothes you wear. And what is even most disturbing, assuming it's in a relationship, they can judge you for the clothes you're wearing, but they do not buy any clothes. You're hustling, you get your hard-earned cash, you buy a few clothes here and there, and someone has the audacity of coming to critique you over the attire you're wearing. Because of this judgmental and critical attitude they are sending your way, you become so defensive, and then they go, why are you being so sensitive? You're such a sensitive person. The problem with you, no one can have a discussion with you because you're so sensitive. The thing is that if someone ever is pointing out negativity about you, a point which is when you start pushing back. So they critique you, they are judgmental, but at the same time, they want you to take it candidly. It's like you're this nun going for Holy Communion. You don't make any noise, and you just take in the blows as they are coming. And then they'll still criticize you for not defending yourself at the end of the day. But why didn't you speak up? It's like you're enjoying it. Yes, you're not laughing, but it's like you're enjoying it. So be very mindful of these people here. And then they sometimes say, I was just joking. No, they are not joking. They are serious. They are critiquing you. They are devaluing you during that time. They are belittling you. They are enjoying it. And they are sadistic. Manipulative people are sadistic. They enjoy seeing you in pain. Like someone said that never cry before a manipulative person or a narcissistic person. It's like you bleeding in front of a shark. They are going to chew you good. I'll throw in the future faking here. They will make huge plans. We are going to have this getaway. We are going to have ABCD. They very well know they are not going to carry it out. We missed the anniversary, we missed all this, so I'm going to make it up to you. We are going on this trip. They'll tell you during this holiday we are going for it. You plan. You even shop a few things for that time. When that period is drawing nigh, you'll actually realize they can become withdrawn. They'll start picking small fights with you. Before you know it, they'll say, we are not going for that trip. Reason being, you annoyed them. You're such a problem, and they don't think they'll handle you during the trip. And you're like, what? Yes, that is how manipulative these people get. They knew they are not taking it. They maybe even didn't have money. But even if it was there, they weren't going to take you. Behind your back, they're like, who can spend money on such a fool? While in front of you, they can be, oh, you're such a darling, you're such a sweetie. You're bestie, my foot. My twin flame. No. Behind your back, they are talking nasty about you. And you're their partner. 8, fake apology. These people pretend to apologize. They'll vocalize their regret for sure. They'll pretend to have understood the mistake they made. And so they are coming to you to forgive them for the wrong they did. And they want to remain friends with you. This whole while, they are still set on their destructive agenda against you. They will vocalize that apology. However, they'll blame shift, they'll project, they'll even call you names in the process. They can tell you, sorry that you feel offended by what I did. That's not an apology. They are blaming you for your reaction. It's a psychological game. If you don't get it, you'll miss it. Except that your body will still feel strange about the apology. Apologize. The problem is that you're always too sensitive. That's not an apology. They are blaming you. And then you start feeling bad that they've apologized, and then that you're still not accepting the apology. It is the way they have said it. An apologetic person recognizes they have done something wrong and they take responsibility for it. They do not shift the blame onto you. Another way these people will do it, they will say, I'm sorry, that's the way I am. They don't apologize for their action, but they apologize for supposedly their nature. And I encourage you, listen, their nature. That's how they are. That's how they have modeled themselves to be. So if their nature is destructive, walk away from destructive behavior. The devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. But Christ came to give us life and life more abundantly. It's going to cost you your mental health. It's not worth it. Walk away. The apology of the narcissist is always, sorry I got caught, not sorry for what I've done. They are superficial. They are not real. They cannot introspect, remember. Introspection means you must be vulnerable. They cannot be vulnerable because they have a false self. That false self, they do not want that false self tampered with. Remember, it is perfect. It's omnipotent. Please remember, apologies without change behavior is manipulation also. To manipulate you by always having irrational arguments to avoid you focusing on them or focusing on an issue that involves them giving an accountability. They'll word salad you. They'll talk in circles. You're talking about the same issue over and over. They'll bring up the same discussion over and over. In the end, you get tired. You just get exhausted. Your brain is actually exhausted at that time. And this is how you won't engage in other talk with them. It's another type of eggshell walking. Is where you do not bring up issues that are bothering you, because you know the nature of discussion you're going to have with these people. They're talking in circles, they are denying, they are hitting the roof, they are argumentative. Even when they have no facts, they bring up facts as they deem them right. Truth is irrelevant to them. Truth is what works for them at that time. You are reacting to this backdoor abuse they have subjected you to. They are calling you names, they're telling you you're crazy, they are gaslighting you here and there. So in the end, you feel you have to defend yourself, and in the process you look crazy. It confirms to the people who you come. Be careful about these people as they project their feelings of craziness onto you. 10, they play the silent treatment. Silent treatment is one thing pulled by these abusers always. Narcissists will always use that card because it keeps you wondering, what did I do wrong? I overstepped the boundary. Maybe I overreacted. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done this. In the end, you're going to apologize for the wrong these people committed. Find your partner in bed with another person, and then your partner tells you, why didn't you knock the door before entering the bedroom? And you're thinking, what? It is my house. It is my bedroom. You even vocalize it. You're always overreacting over nonsensical issues, and that's why I'm tired of you, and I need to find some comfort. And she was there. She was the only person who could give me the comfort. And before you know it, you're there, I'm so sorry, baby. Please forgive me. You get dragged into such an atmosphere. The last but not the least, breadcrumbing truth. It is impossible for manipulation to occur without bits of truth. That's why it is very difficult to sometimes pin these people, because they will give you a non-truth and you acknowledge it. That's the thing, they've trapped you in there. Then they're like, okay, but I mistakenly said a lie there, but I spoke the truth. And you'll even find your friends say, at least in abusive situations, at least is a manipulative term. Most healthy people get the words they use in healthy relationships and they throw them into unhealthy relationships. Everything good in a healthy relationship is bad in an abusive, toxic relationship or manipulationship. At least he gives you some money for food. At least he pays tuition for the children. At least he helps out with this. That is manipulation. Now let's look at, why do these people engage in manipulation? One, to control the victim. Definitely Control is the end game of an abuser. The godly equality of we are created in the image and likeness of God. We are to dominate the earth, the beasts of the earth, the livestock, and the fish of the sea, and all that. They don't believe in that. They believe they should dominate their partner. 2, these people require narcissistic supply. They can attain narcissistic supply in several ways, except energy from another human being is what gives them the uttermost ecstasy in that area, because they are energy also. These abusers are energy. We human beings are energy. We thrive off energy. If we sense negative energy, we keep away. Always work hard to get positive energy. If we have positive energy, we shall still work hard to maintain that positive energy. Narcissistic supply is the lifeline for them. They need it to breathe, move, and eat and do everything. They manipulate people in order to pretend to be virtuous and honest. They want to fit into a particular group of people. They want to appear smart and intelligent among others. They want to appear like they know so and so, so they are of high class. They will manipulate to get a quick fix. This could be money, sex, a place to sleep, especially the homosexuals. The homosexuals love this. I mean, they will hook up with any woman or man just to have a place to spend a night, or weeks or months. By nature, these people are dishonest. So, a manipulative person is dishonest. They are deceptive. So expect that from a manipulative person. Some of the effects of this type of this manipulation is that it leaves you feeling worthless. Very stupid that someone could manipulate you. Anyone can be manipulated is the thing. Your esteem gets a blow because you overlooked the red flags. Like they're giving you the silent treatment. You start begging for their approval. You are all over the place. You're going to their workplace. You're sending them messages. You're sending them flowers. You're begging them over and over. And yet the ones who wronged you. It leaves you second guessing. You stop trusting yourself. You stop believing that you can make the right decision, and you end up relying on the abuser's decision making. And by so doing, it actually affirms that you are crazy. And in the long run, if you're not careful, you can actually have a mental breakdown. I want us to look at King Solomon. King Solomon, not that he was manipulative. No, he was a wise king. However, God had told him, if he walked in the ways of the Lord, the commandments of God and statutes of God, God would walk with him and he would protect him and he will live a long life. Despite him having had all this wisdom, his life was short. He died at 40. Why? He engaged in all these other spirits here. The Asherate spirit of the Sidonians, the Chemolek, I think, spirit of the Moabites, the Molech spirit of the Ammonites. This is child sacrifice. So you can imagine the wisest man to have ever lived ends up in child sacrifice. So you can see how manipulative people can get you twisted. You're running around to please them, and in the end, you stray away from the path of God. That's why God does not want us to be among these people. Doesn't want us to be joined. Those who are in relationships, don't be equally joined with unbelievers. Manipulative people are unbelievers because they are deceptive. Lies and truth are not congruent in the kingdom of God. As long as it's incongruent with the spirit of the Father, that is truth. That is, it is demonic. We must remember God created us equally. And he created us in his image and likeness. Be fruitful, multiply, and rule. The fruits of the Holy Spirit are not manipulative. And manipulation is not one of them. Because he is truth. And manipulation is deception. If someone is in church and they're telling you they are born again and yet they are manipulating, those are the wolves in sheep's clothing. Wolves in sheep's clothing are still wolves. And these people here want to control. They're always looking out for people to serve them. So there's no equality in any way. You must be a servant to them. Another thing at the heart of manipulation is confusion. These people are there to keep you confused, because a confused mind is easy to manipulate. God hates lying and he condemns it, because lie is a nature of the enemy, the devil. Manipulation has got deception. Deception is lying. It's falsehood. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. You cannot talk of a sound mind when you're confused. Other thing is that God is love. His love is constant. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. The narcissist love bombs you. The bombing comes after loving you. Basically, they hoodwinked you. They drew you into their deceitful web in order to torture you, for their real self to come out. That is not God. God, what he tells you he is. God's plans are pure and true. I have great plans for you. Plans not to harm you, but to give you a great future. The narcissist's plan, the manipulator's plan here is to destroy you. They want your soul, they want your spirit, they want you to be subject to them. That is where you see the difference between God and a manipulator, or the narcissist, or the devil incarnate. The other thing, God wants us to depend on him as we nurture each other, growing in his love and in his ways. We depend on him because everything is by his spirit. It is the spirit of the Father in me that makes it possible for me to do something good. For a manipulative person, they are independent of the spirit of the Father, because as long as you're helping God to do things, the spirit of pride is in place. Where pride is, God is absent. The other thing is that God does not need us to keep trying to buy his love. His love is unconditional. We need not beg for his approval. While we're still yet sinners, Christ died for us. That is love. That is the love of the Father. That is love. The manipulative person expects you to lay down your life for their life to be. Christ laid down his life for our lives to be. That is the difference. Never give a devil a foot, an inch, because he will take a mile off you. Apologize for the sake of peace. You know you haven't done anything wrong and you apologize for it. That is false humility. You are lying. Church needs to stop with this push of for the sake of peace. Peace involves truth. Without truth, we cannot talk of peace. Stop pushing people to apologize for things they haven't done. They are making people apologize for their partner's bad behavior. That maybe there's something wrong you did. Whenever an abuser is involved, whenever a manipulative person is involved, there are not two sides to a story. There's one side. And that side is truth. Abusers remain abusers. They are deceptive. They are children of the devil. And they will manipulate their way. They will wiggle their way out of the situation. For the devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. I encourage you to avoid manipulative people at all costs, because they will lead you down a short life. You're going to develop cardiac issues, skin infections that are not going away. You're going to develop fear. Fear is a template to the devil. As fear is to the devil, so is faith to God. Manipulative people keep you in a state of fear because that uncertainty is rooted in fear. You're not secure with what you know. You're not secure. You're not certain about what you're doing, your makings, your decision making, your thoughts. You're not certain about anything. That uncertainty creates insecurity. That insecurity is what makes the devil win the battle in your life. Secure yourself in the knowledge of Christ. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Like I said, knowledge is the art. The art is rooted in his love. His knowledge is rooted in understanding the experience he encountered at the cross. And that is love. When you understand the love of the Father, you'll understand how manipulative people are not part of the package for you in the kingdom of God. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings.